Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SusGlobal Energy's channel promoting healthy growth through innovation as an environmental and agriculture biotech company. Joining us, Mark, the Chief Executive Officer, who's going to give us some insight today on monetizing some carbon credits and the broader view perspective of their business in the fertilizer market. First and foremost, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to get you back on, brother. So first and foremost, let's dive into this with the submitted verification report for monetizing those carbon credits. Do you want to offer full clear insight into this?
Yeah, so last month we announced that we submitted the VERRs. Those are the Verified Emission Reduction and Removals report to the GHG Clean Projects Registry. That basically is a third-party verification of all the carbon credits based on our diversion program at the Belleville facility. So now those the registry verified them, and we've already marketed the 217 and 218 carbon credits, and they have been sold approximately $250,000. The next credits that are being marketed are the 219, 220, and 221. Should be another $750,000. So we'll be grossing close to $1 million in carbon credits. So this is very exciting for us because it's a milestone. Obviously, people discuss cap and trade and carbon credits, but not everyone is able to monetize them, unless of course you're Tesla. So we're really excited about this. Over the next few weeks, we should announce exactly how much we've collected in terms of the proceeds from the sale of these carbon credits, and we've sold them to the ones that have been sold to big utilities companies that everyone would be familiar with. And obviously they were required to offset their carbon emissions. So we're excited about this. It's revenue right to the bottom line, and finally validates our our model in terms of diverting organic waste streams from landfills, part of our whole climate change initiative. So very exciting for us.
This is going to be a huge extension to your guys' cash flow for sure. And kind of talking about that underlying business that you're running there, according to President's research, the global fertilizer market size was estimated around 201 billion US for 2021 and is projected to be worth around 271 billion going into 2030. And I know this is a huge projection and part of your business model here. How do you see that on the ground floor with your current fertilizer production?
Well, there's no doubt, obviously, as part of our whole circular economy model, we take in these organic waste streams and we're producing these regenerative products, basically fertilizers, whether it's a dry compost or a liquid fertilizer. Our liquid fertilizer is an award-winning proprietary process. It's an organic fertilizer. Now, yes, correct. The fertilizer market is over $200 billion per annum, but now there's a subset to that market. It's the organic fertilizer market, which is growing at a CAGR of over 11% to $20 billion per annum. And as we know now, the narrative, there's a shortage of fertilizers worldwide. I mean, there's a problem with the supply chain, unfortunately, with the conflict that's happening now, in the Ukraine, with Russia and Belarus being the number 2, number 3 potash producers, after Canada being number 1. There's a problem with there's a shortage of potash, which is used as a fertilizer. So we will be able to benefit from that because we produce an organic fertilizer. We don't have any issue with supply chain. It's all our own feedstock, and it's organic. So no issues with supply chain, and we can sell into the larger market. Again, here in Canada, they've also legislated a reduction in chemicals in fertilizers. Obviously, the farmers are not thrilled about that because the costs are just it's not economical to farm any longer. They're reducing that because obviously the government wants to meet certain emissions thresholds by the end of the decade, etc. But our products are chemical free, so we are seeing an increase and an expression of interest for our products because they are organic. We don't use biosolids. We don't use we don't use manures in our fertilizer. It's all a food scrap from the green bin program stream. Food scraps, organic feedstock. We're producing organic fertilizer that's going to be able to be sold to agriculture on a large scale. So we benefit from a large fertilizer market, and we certainly benefit from a reduction in chemicals in the fertilizer. And we still have very high NPK values in our fertilizer because we use an enzymatic process for the liquid fertilizer. Very excited about the growth of the of that market, and even if we eventually take a small piece, we're going to see that reflected in not only an increase in revenue, but certainly it'll reflect in our share price.
Incredibly, excuse me, incredibly insightful there, Mark. I definitely appreciate kind of breaking all this down for us. It really gives us a deeper look into what you guys are doing there and just how you guys are evolving. So on that note, I'll pass the question on to the viewers. We always love to know what you guys think in that comment section below. Consider subscribing, because as news continues to hit the wire and this company, SusGlobal Energy, continues to evolve, we're going to update you here. But stay cool, stay awesome. And as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.